friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. What I would love to share with you in this video is how to set up one of my personal favorite restorative yoga poses, which is called Instant Maui. And just as the name implies, it is said that when you get into this pose, you get very relaxed and that you may find yourself on vacation and instantly in Maui or wherever your idea of the perfect vacation is. But it is like a very nice reset or restore for not only your mind but also for your body. So this is an inversion style restorative pose. Contraindications for this pose are any kind of downward flow that may be happening in the body, whether that's a runny nose or women on their moon cycles, or if you're having any kind of tummy troubles in which there's a downward flow, this pose may not be for you. I have a few more restorative yoga poses on my channel though, so check those out. Maybe one of those sounds like a better fit for you. So since this is an inverted pose, meaning that the feet are above the heart, it allows circulation to come back through the body. So if you've been traveling, if you've been working or standing on your feet all day, or who knows, maybe you just ran a marathon, if there's any kind of accumulated fluid or pressure within the feet or the legs, this pose is really nice to flip the body and counterbalance any kind of that buildup or stagnation that may come into the legs. There's also a back bend element to this pose. Once we get into how to set up, I'll offer some modifications for that. So it's also a heart opening pose, meaning that it can be nice and stimulating. It can help you get something off your chest, whether that's emotional or physical. If you've spent your whole day with your shoulders forward, then this pose will really allow you to open up through the front of the body. And there's just so many great elements to it. With the inversion plus the back bend, the body really waves in a very natural, comfortable way, and it's a great place to restore. My recommendation is to watch this video, learn how to set up the pose, turn off the video, and set yourself up in Instant Maui anywhere from 5 minutes to 20 minutes, and this can be practiced daily. That is the recommendation for restorative yoga. Get in at least one pose every day if possible. It can be a great complement to any kind of active style of exercise, whether that's going to the gym or cycling or running, or maybe you love to do more active styles of yoga. Restorative yoga can be a wonderful complement to really help the body calm and restore back to that natural, balanced state. So here's what you'll need to set up Instant Maui. A stack of blankets. Here I have 4. Now you can also use really big fluffy towels if you don't have blankets. These are kind of restorative style woven blankets. You can use really any blankets that you have laying around your house. A bolster. If you don't have a bolster, don't worry. You can make your own. So you can take a pillow and roll the whole pillow and then put a towel around it and make something similar to a round bolster shape. And then next you'll need a couple of blocks. I like to practice this one with 3 blocks. You can, of course, use 2 blocks. Now, if you don't have the bolster, if you don't have the blocks, don't worry. This is a really nice pose that can also be done very comfortably with a chair, with your couch, with a hassock or an ottoman. It's usually about the perfect height to get the body into a really good shape. So here's how you set up the pose. First, you'll start with your blocks, or if you're using your couch, no setup needed there. So at the foot space of your mat, if you're using the blocks, just set them on the tallest height, a couple of inches away from each other. Then you take the bolster and you place it over the top, so you get a shape that looks kind of like a Stonehenge. So if you do take the back bend element out of Instant Maui, it becomes a pose that is known as Stonehenge. Okay, so next we'll take the blankets, and this is folded 3 times in half, and you'll fold it again in half the long way. So this is called the long fold blanket, and you'll take 1 to 2 long fold blankets. So if you know that you have a long torso or you're quite flexible in your back, that's an indication that you'll want 2 blankets. Now you can always set it up with 2, and if you get there and it's too much, then you take 1 blanket out. So fringe faces the same direction if you're stacking up 2 blankets. Now the next piece is a head support. And for this one, this blanket is folded in half 3 times. It's the 3-fold. And we'll fold in half, this time the short way. So instead of the long fold, we get this short fold. Now I left a little bit of a tail down at the bottom, so the top half is folded shorter, the long half has a tail. Then I'll take the corners of the top half and fold those in. So you get a shape that looks like this, kind of like an envelope. And when you get into the pose, the tip of the back of your shoulders will be right here, supported. The long part of your neck will be here, and the head rests right here. So you get this nice head support right to left that allows your head and your neck to really relax, very comfortable. So I have one last blanket here. For me, when I set up the pose, I like to cover my entire body with a blanket, or I like to just rest the blanket on my belly. If you do have sensitivity in your legs, you can always put the blanket just 1 long fold and rest it over the top of your legs. It could be very supportive as well. Okay, so now that we have all the pieces and parts, I'll show you how to get into the pose. Okay, so with the leg support down at the bottom of the foot space, you'll have the blankets, the long fold blankets in the middle of the mat, and the head support pretty close by. Now something to note as well, if you have very long legs and you're not practicing with the couch or a hassock, this support may want to come up slightly, so you can take a long fold blanket and place it over the top. What you do want to create with your legs is a 90-degree angle, so the calves are right here, and it's very supportive with that 90-degree angle. So the way that you get in is you come to seated between the long fold blankets and your bolster setup. You want to walk your hips about halfway, and in one motion, the same motion, you're going to kick your legs up as you lean back. Kick legs up, lean back. These blankets come really close into the back of your body, and then it's a big open back bend to allow shoulder blades to come to the mat. Let the feet relax here. And the first piece is just to observe, how does your body feel when you get here? If you decide that it's too much back bend, you simply take 1 long fold blanket out, come back, see how you feel. Much less of a back bend. If you decide that that is too much, you simply take that last long fold blanket out and you come here. So this is a pose that changes names now with the flat back, called Stonehenge. Also very wonderfully supportive for the legs. You get all those benefits of the inversion with a nice grounded flat back. So when you're ready to come out, you gently press your tailbone to the earth. You pull your knees into your chest, roll to your side. Spend a few moments there, and then press into the strength of your arms to come back to an upright posture. Without the back support, this pose can be a wonderfully restorative shavasana, keeping in mind that any time that the head and the heart are on the same level, that's considered shavasana. So I hope that you enjoyed this pose. Practice anywhere from 5 minutes to 20 minutes, whenever you can. And if you do practice and you find yourself on vacation, make sure you give yourself plenty of time to come back, being very gentle with your body when you come back from the pose. And if you enjoy, please leave comments down below. Let me know how it goes. Happy restoring, yogis. Namaste.